Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is season 1, episode 12, and it was titled Sinners in the City. Alright, y'all, before we jump into this episode, if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. Alright, y'all, let's just jump right into it. Jen is crazy. Let's just sum it up that way. Jen is crazy. So they are getting ready. I don't know if they're getting ready to go to a strip club or dinner, what, but Jen keeps saying they're going to a strip club, we're going to a strip club or whatever. But it looked like they was going to dinner or something like that. Whitney meets with Heather in her room, and Whitney tells her like she had a good time at the racetrack or whatever. They was clowning how slow Lisa was driving. We see Lisa and Meredith, they're meeting at the restaurant and stuff like that. They're already eating the hors d'oeuvres and whatnot. And here go Lisa talking about something. We need to cheers to our racing skills. Meredith was like, girl, no. Why they show that clip? And that man in that clip must have said 15 times, you could push the gas pedal. You could push. I was cracking up. But anyway, they just talking downstairs, Lisa and Meredith, and they're talking about how good of a time they had at the racetrack and how good they felt about the conversation that they had with Whitney and how everything, was summed up, and that they felt that Whitney's apology was sincere and whatnot. We see Heather and Whitney. Heather was telling Whitney about the shopping trip, like she had the shopping trip and stuff like that. And Whitney at first was saying like, I feel like we're going to have a good night because the conversation was so well at the racetrack. And Heather was like, girl. And she was like, what? So she was telling her like what happened with Jen at the shopping trip. And she was like, are you serious? Like she apologized, like she accepted my apology. She said she forgave me and stuff. Like, what is this coming from? So she tell her like, look, girl, she's still mad. She's still all this other stuff. She's still like she feel like you ruined the party and yada yada yada. And she's like, well, we already discussed that. Like, what's going on? So she calls Jen two-faced or whatever. So Jen is like, what happened? So I think Jen went downstairs. So Jen went downstairs at this point and met up with Lisa and Meredith or whatever. And she's talking about her Versace outfit and yada yada yada. And so what's her face? Lisa starts telling Jen how great the evening how great the evening went and how good they had a good time and stuff like that, and how they was talking to Whitney and how the conversation went and yada yada yada. And Jen the whole time was looking like, what? Y'all had a good time, so you just forgave her after she threw you underneath the bus and lied to y'all and all this other stuff. I was like, who was lying? And so Lisa was like, no, she didn't lie. Or Meredith, one of them said it. She didn't lie. She said she was just repeating what she was told by Mary or whatever. So Jen, she not even hearing that part. She's just assuming that Whitney was lying. And I'm like, who was lying? Because it's not a lie. If Mary said it, we saw her say this, that Mary said that Lisa and Meredith said that they were scared of Jen. So if Whitney is repeating it, how is she lying? She didn't lie. She just repeated what she was heard instead of just going to the sources or whatever. But Jen got it in her mind that Whitney lying, and Whitney created all this stuff, and Whitney threw Lisa and Meredith underneath the bus. And they shouldn't be friends with Whitney and all this other stuff. So she going crazy. She getting loud and stuff like that, and she going on and on and on, right? So she gets to some point where she says that they shouldn't be friends with her, yada yada yada. And you could be friends with Mary, and you could be friends with Whitney, so Meredith, you know how Meredith gets. She like, look, I am not engaging. Peace. So I need to get like Meredith, because she will disengage quickly, okay? She is like, I am not engaging. What you're not finna do is tell me who I could be friends with. And so she gets up, she walks away. And so she tells us that she is triggered when people do that, especially Jen in this case, because her parents divorced and they always put her in the middle, and she always had to come to the rescue and make the decisions on who would do this or where she would go and stuff like that. So she gets triggered when people tell her to pick sides and stuff like that. So she just walks away, right? So she gone, Meredith gone. Jen is still going crazy, and she fussing with Lisa, or not fussing with her, but telling Lisa, like, this is what it is. Meredith always wants to walk away, yada, yada, yada. So then Jen, she going off. She getting ready to get up and go. She get ready to storm out as Heather and Whitney are coming in. So Lisa is like, don't go, you forgot your purse. So she like, all right, where's my purse? Where's my purse? Where's my purse? And then she was like, Whitney, if you want something to say, she was like, Whitney, you shut the F up. I was like, she didn't say nothing. Because Whitney like, well, what happened? What's going on? You want to talk to me? Do you talk to me? You shut the F up. She got a finger all on her face and all this other stuff. Child. Woo. Whitney better than me. So Whitney, she got her finger all in her face and stuff, and she I think she was about to walk away, and then somehow she walked back and was just going in on her or whatever. And so Heather was like, yo, what you not finna do is talk to her like that. You don't need to talk to her like that. It's uncalled for. That's not what we finna do up in here. So she got in between them. I was like, Heather is about to throw some elbows. Jen bets to back down, because Heather's a big girl. She will knock Jen little ass out. So Jen steady going, oh, so you taking her side? Oh, so you taking her side? She was like, no. She was calm too. Heather was calm. So she was like, no, I'm just saying, like, that's uncalled for, whatever. And before I move forward, at one point when Jen had walked off and she was walking back and Heather was trying to figure out what was going on, she like pushed Heather away, like hit her, pushed her. I said, did she just hit her? So at this point, Heather like, oh, she tripping. So when Jen storms off, she like, you done chose your effing side. And then she goes storming off. I said, Lord have mercy. Lisa following behind her, trying to calm her down. Her bodyguard had came at one point. The bodyguard walking away with her. I said, this is too much. So, Lisa walks back to Heather and Whitney after she couldn't get it through Jen's head, because Jen is like, ain't nobody ever take my side and stuff. And Lisa like, girl, I'm right here talking to you right now. I'm trying to calm you down. Like, you can't say ain't nobody here for you, and I'm standing right here. So she like, look, I'm gonna go back and talk to them, yada yada yada. So she goes back and talks to Heather and Whitney. Lisa is telling her like, look, I understand that she was like, Jen is really hurt, she's really damaged and stuff like that, and you have to know that it's ramifications to what you did or whatever. So Whitney tells her like, look, I apologize, and she says she forgave me and stuff. So Lisa looking like, So Whitney looked confused. Heather was saying like, this is what she said or whatever, like telling her what happened at the shopping party or whatever. And then Whitney tells Lisa that Jen be talking behind what's the child name? Lisa and Meredith's back. So Meredith like, what? Tell me what she said. What she say? So she like, look, we'll just take Meredith for instance. She dropping bombs about her relationship and all this other stuff, and yes, and so Lisa like, oh, I am pissed off right now. Oh, I'm got pissed off right now. So she mad. So everybody mad at Jen, child. I said, Lord, we see Jen, she going off in the dang on hotel room on the phone to her husband. She screaming about nobody stick up for her. She loyal this, she loyal that. I'm like, girl, she needs some professional help. So we see all the ladies, they in Whitney's room or whatever. So everybody in there minus Jen. So Meredith, they come in there. Heather like, welcome to the jungle, girl. She like, oh, okay. I got the cheetah print on. So what's going on? What's tea? So she go in there and she sit down. They tell Meredith what happened. She like, what? Huh? Hit? What? So they talking. Apparently, freaking Jen told Heather that she would have chopped goddamn going Whitney up and put her in the lake by the backyard. I said, it was not that serious. So Whitney starts telling Meredith how Jen be dropping bombs about her relationship or whatever like that. So Meredith like, oh, really? She was like, since everybody's so concerned about my relationship, this is what it is, okay? Me and Seth been separated on and off for years, okay? And yeah, I've dated other people. So Lisa looking like, bitch, what? We besties and I don't know this? Like, I'm just finding out about this. And for she didn't say this to Meredith, she said it to us. She was like, I'm just finding out about this in front of everybody. Like, I'm hurt. Like, my feelings are hurt or whatever. So we gonna see that pop up later on, probably, child. But she like, what else she say? So Meredith was like, well, we close. Me and Seth, our relationship is the best it has ever been in ever, like ever. And we are happy, we are close, and that's what it is. So it's not her business, it's not her concern. So she need to mind hers. I was like, okay, girl. So then Lisa, so I think Heather said something like, or maybe it was Lisa, said something like, well, do y'all still want to be her friend or whatever? And Heather was like, yeah. And so Lisa was like, I don't want to be her friend. And how can you want to be her friend after all of this or whatever? So Heather was saying like Jen has redeemable qualities and stuff like that. So that's why she wants to be her friend. She tells us that she don't want to cut people off because like, just because people can be kind of crazy, they happy, they sad, they mad, they whatever, that's what like being a friend is to those people. You stand by those people and you don't cut them off because she knows what it feels like to be rejected. I'm Heather all the way. Like, unless you really do something to me, then I really have a hard time cutting people off. But or I feel guilty for cutting people off. So I was with Heather. But sometimes you just gotta cut the string, boo. Sometimes you just gotta cut the string and let it be where it be. The next day, because everybody went to sleep, everybody got some breakfast and stuff, they doing yoga and whatnot. I was like, Whitney just showing off. She putting a goddamn leg by her ear and shit. Girl, we know you flexible. Oh, showing off ass. But anyway, they talking. Whitney saying like it's the worst trip ever. She said it's worse than the trip when she went to the Bahamas and she got her period on the water slide at a hotel. I said, damn. But that was pretty much it for the morning time. So then we see Mary. Child, what do Mary be wearing? Like, she just be throwing on stuff. Like, child, anyway, she in her house with the dang on knee. What does she work? Never mind, she a pastor. I forgot she was a pastor. But she just be walking around. She got on knee-high boots, some green knee-high boots, some jeans and a green. I said she AKA, like, what is she doing? But anyway, we saw her because Lisa FaceTimed her and Lisa tells her what went down, and Mary is basically like, did y'all really think that it wasn't going to be some drama with Jen? Like, it was going to be drama with Jen. That's why I didn't want to go on the trip. And I keep showing y'all and pointing out what she about, but y'all keep ignoring it or whatever. So this is what y'all deserve. If y'all want to ignore it, y'all deserve what y'all get or whatever like that. So Lisa keeps telling her like, girl, that was the best decision that you ever made not coming on this trip. And she was like, yeah, I mean, because you try to understand crazy, but how can you understand crazy? I said, well, I mean, unless you're crazy. But anyway, Whitney, Lisa, and Meredith, they downstairs in the lobby and stuff. They waiting for Heather gonna be 15 minutes late, so she told them to go ahead of her. So Heather remember she went on the shopping trip and stuff like that. So I guess she didn't take her dresses or her shoes or anything like that with her after the whole shopping trip. Jen had messaged her because who was Lisa talking to Heather in the morning time? I think Heather was talking to Lisa, or she was talking to somebody on FaceTime. And she said that Jen told her, this is Heather, that she went home, that she flew on a plane, went home, she got upset, yada, 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 but she left Heather's clothes behind with her staff or whatever. So Heather is going to Jen's room to get her stuff. Oh, she knocked on the door, she get let in, and she like, okay, I heard that y'all had some of my dresses and shoes and stuff in here. Child, she looked, Jen sitting there on the dang on bed. I said, she's so dang on dramatic. Now, you claim you got on the plane and left or whatever, but you still sit. Child, bye. So, Heather looking like, really? You still here? So she was like, yeah, my team had wanted me to stay, so I stayed or whatever. So it's like night and day. So because Heather like, well, this is not the same girl who was, hitting me, screaming and screaming and yelling and all that other stuff last night. Like, this is like night and day or whatever. So Jen tells her crew to leave out so they can talk. So she child, Jen is delusional, okay? She delusional, okay? Heather is like, everybody's freaking out. Like, what was going on with you last night? Everybody's like, trying to figure out what was going on with you. And so she like, I just wanted everybody to get down to the real issue that Whitney is, and she was lying and stuff, and no one ever has my back, and Heather's like, well, because I think Heather said, well, I know what happened. She was like, you don't know what happened. You don't know. You weren't there from the beginning till now. And she was like, yes, I know what happened. You're mad at them because they made up with Whitney. I'm not mad at them because they made up with Whitney. Yes. Yes, you are. So she says, no, she wasn't. So she says she is mad because Whitney won't admit that she lied. And she can't move on until Whitney admits that she lied, or that that Meredith and Lisa admit that they said she was scared of her. What? Me slowing that down and saying it didn't even make any sense. Because if Whitney didn't lie, Mary said these things to Whitney, so Whitney carried the message to you or whatever. It wasn't a lie. And if Harry, who the hell is Harry? If Lisa and Meredith say they didn't say it, then how you gonna make them say that they said it? They said they didn't say it. So like, I mean, I don't know if they said it for real, but that's they saying they didn't say it. So you can't make them say something they not admitting to. Like, girl, let it go. You mad because she lying and you what? Oh, she crazy. But anyway, she like, no. So Heather was like, no, you are aggressive and mean to everybody. Like, that is the problem or whatever. She was like, there's no need to debate it or defend it or whatever. You need to own whatever it is or whatever. And so what's her face? Jen is like, no, why can't people just admit when they was wrong and just admit when they effed up and all this stuff? So Heather was like, girl, in this case, you the one who effed up. You did this. This is on you. I said, Heather, you better read her. But not Heather. Jen did not want to hear that, but Heather did not back down. She was like, this is on you. You the one who was flipping out last night. You the one who was all aggressive and mean, hitting me and all this other stuff. Here she go. Because people be lying. What? What? So she act like everybody wronged her. She ain't do nothing wrong. Like, girl. So then we see Whitney, Meredith, Lisa. They arrive at this lady house. This lady named Kimberly or something like that. She a hypnotist. Hypnotist? Hypnosis? You know what I'm saying. She do hypnosis. So they arrived there. She wrote some book or something like that, and Whitney liked the book, and so she wrote to the lady, and the lady was like, "Oh, come over to my house." So whatever, child. They there. So she doing like some deep breathing exercises with them. Heather arrives, and then Heather arrives with Jen. Child, the energy in the room, you could just see everybody was like, she still here? Like, why is she here? So they sit down, they doing the deep breathing exercises and stuff like that, and then she tells them to come over to the couch and stuff, so they sit down. Jen, I said, oh, she looked real smooshed in that little outfit. That was Gucci. She looked like her chest was all up here, and she looked real tight. Like, I was like, girl, just because his name brand don't mean you got to squeeze into that ish. But anyway, the lady is saying, like, I feel some energy, some negative energy. Is it some damage to the group or damage individually? And so then they start telling her, about what was, I think Jen started saying it was some drama last night, and Jen starts going into the story, and again, Jen is in denial and stuff, and she like, why is it always Jen is the loud one? Jen is the dramatic one. I'm like, cause it is you. It's you. You the one who be flipping since episode 1. You the one who be flipping out. So, Meredith was saying like, my issue with you is you can't be telling me who I can be friends with or whatever like that. And so, Jim was just like, that's not what I did. I didn't do that. I said, girl, shut up. Like, that's what you did. She don't listen. She keeps saying that she defends her friends, that she loyal, and Meredith started calling her out like, you want to drop hints about my relationship and stuff, and you involved in my relationship, and you want to talk stuff that you don't know nothing about. You need to mind your businesses. Don't be in business that don't concern you. I said, ooh. She was like, I don't get angry easily, but you don't want to see me angry. I said, snap, crackle pop. So Jen first denies it, and then Heather, somebody asked her, Meredith asked her something like, is it false or true or something like that. So they was like, that's false. She did say it. She did. So Heather and Whitney both was like, nope, she said it. She said it. Jen said it. She said it. So she was looking at them like, what? So Kim was just like, because Jen was trying to apologize, and here go Kimberly. She was cracking me up. Your apology needs to be so sorry. Just so sorry. It's cracking up. Because Jen kept trying to apologize, but she wanted to put, I'm sorry because you, or I'm sorry I never met, I'm sorry if it concerned you, I'm sorry. So she was like, no, it's just, I'm so sorry. Just say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So Jen finally got it right? So she finally apologized the correct way or whatever like that. And so then Kimberly was like, well, I have this trust, no trust exercise to go through. So she calls everybody's name and saying like, who doesn't trust Meredith? Nobody raised their hand. Who doesn't trust Lisa? Nobody raised their hand. Who doesn't trust Heather? No. Who doesn't trust Whitney? Nobody raised their hand. Who doesn't trust Jen? All of them raised their hand. So she looking like, oh, really? Oh, okay. I'm the most loyal. I'm the most this. I said, girl, loyalty don't have nothing to do with that. Loyalty don't have nothing to do with that. Just because you loyal don't mean you could be an asshole and a bitch to everybody. Like, no. That's not, you need to look up the word loyal and just stop. Okay? Because I'm tired of her dropping this whole I'm loyal this, I'm loyal that word around, and she acting the whole plum fool. So then it comes to who doesn't trust Heather. So of course Jen raised her hand, and she like, really? I'm the one who chasing after you all the time and whatnot. So then Whitney, because you could see it on Heather's face that Heather was like fit to be tied. So Whitney was like, well, I'm going to move over here because the energy, I need to be in my own bubble. So Heather starts telling her like, Heather just basically spoke her mind like, you was real horrifying. You was aggressive. Like, I was shaking last night. And Lisa, she spoke her mind saying like this, she asked me to be your friend and I said no, but maybe I'll change my mind. And so then was it Whitney? I think Whitney in the confessional saying like, if she having this big reaction from her at the party and stuff like that, then it had to be something else going on, this, that, and that's not my fault. So then Jen, of course, still feels justified. Lisa says she felt shook. And Heather tells her that, look, you on the brink of ruining this friendship. And that's when it went off. I said, Lord, Jen got to get it together. She got to get it together. I don't understand why she don't see how she is reacting and how she is treating everybody. Like, she just holds on to something. Like, you can't say that you, if somebody apologizes to you, you can either say you forgive them and move forward, or you can say, you know what, I appreciate your apology, but at this moment, I'm not ready to forgive you. I will let you know such and such and such if I am able to forgive you, blah, blah, blah. But once you say, to me, Once you say you forgive somebody, that's it. Don't keep throwing that shit up in my face over and over and over again. Like, I already apologized. You already felt it in your heart to forgive me, because that's where I find stuff in my heart. If I say I forgive you, that's coming from deep within me, and I'm not going to keep bringing it up. So with Jen taking the people apologizing to her, and she say she forget him, but she want to keep, oh, but you had no, let it go, because you done already forgave the person. You can't keep going backtracking and bringing it back up and then finding like some little thing. You should have thought about it and then said, okay, well, you know what, let's talk about it, let's address it, and yada yada yada. But don't do what you're doing right now. You're doing too much, boo boo. And it ain't had nothing to do with your relationship. That had to do with you and your husband, and he wanted to leave for 3-4 days and not talk to you and dismiss you and all that other stuff because you threw a glass and threw a whole fit at that party. Yeah, she told you something, it was bad timing and all that other stuff, but you are the only person that is responsible for the way you react, not Whitney. So you need to hold yourself accountable, Jen. Look, that's all I got to say to Jen. But anyway, y'all, next week is going to be the season finale. Ciao. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode down there in them comments. If y'all like this review recap, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And again, if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.